Hello, and welcome to the third and I'm gonna guess probably final part of the Fantasian demo. Oh, I can't imagine it's going to be much longer than this. That?
What's that thing?
I don't know, but it's just ran away with my key.
Let's keep moving.
Does it come back or is it just nicked? Has it stolen a key or... I don't know how many we had. Huh. Yes, so I am assuming that this is the...
That's a new one.
What's a new one?
Yeah. Whoa.
No? Oof, take that. Take that. Nice. Nice indeed. Level up. Ooh. Nice. I saw you, treasure chest. It's... ooh, antidotes. Okay. Now, if this game follows the traditional JRPG structure, as soon as they start throwing antidotes at you, there'll be poison enemies. The way they're playing with the depth of field is interesting, considering the diorama nature of things. Woohoo!
Yes.
Yes. Energy drinks. Aha! Oh, the chest has attacked me. It's a mimic.
What's that thing?
Ah.
Pierce him.
Right. That was close.
Suck it. We get a key from that. Lucky. Poison apple. Can we throw these at enemies? Yes, okay. Surely poison apples are only poisonous if you eat them. One would think. Or maybe I'm overthinking that.
I want to fight too.
Well, good, because you can.
I'll end this.
Holy light!
Wow.
Missed me.
Yeah, I quite like the straightforwardness of this combat system. I'm sure, you know, it'll get more complex as the game goes. Save points. That's where we've come in. Yeah, these little dioramas are so... It's such a cool idea, even if I can't really see the point of it.
Yeah, this is where I collapsed.
Oh.
And then you came along.
Interesting that she's wearing the same colours, almost, as the flowers in the background.
Yes. This is where we met. But why were you lying here? Were you attacked by monsters? Oh, I forgot.
Oh!
You don't remember.
It wasn't monsters. It was poison.
Oh, yeah.
Those flowers.
Ooh.
Right. It couldn't have been monsters. Because the monsters were...
What?
Aha!
Haha.
Somehow, I know this thing.
Did you remember something?
Oh, yeah, the weird device that we picked up in our hideouts.
Yeah. What was it? Dimension.
Dimension? As in a dungeon dimension?
It's a dimension machine.
Of course. One of those. It's a gimmick.
We could have
Doohickey.
all along. Ah, why couldn't I remember?
What does it do?
Anyway, this device can warp
Oh.
monsters away to another dimension.
Oh, is this our way of stopping random encounters?
It works like my warp device in principle, but in a different way.
Okay.
It opens a portal around an enemy, and then...
Leo? Slow down.
Yes, we're all really stupid in this game, and therefore we need slow explanations just in case the audience don't get it.
Oh, sorry. I finally remembered something and got carried away.
Really? I've finished editing episode 2 together. It's well, editing is a strong word for putting the start and the end on. But one thing I really thought about annotating, was basically too lazy to, was this idea that this game is quite insulting to the player's intelligence in some ways. It's this idea that we're not gonna get these concepts, so we've got to have some narrative way in the game, slowing everything down just in case the players don't get it. It's a little bit like how in God of War Ragnarok, you know, you've got Atreus or Freya constantly shouting out, have you tried this? Have you looked at this? You know, and people didn't like that either, and I didn't either, particularly, though it didn't bother me as much as I think it bothered some people. But this is bothering me. It just feels insulting. And again, don't get me wrong, I am a veteran of 25 plus years of Final Fantasy games. Oh yeah, well, this isn't a Final Fantasy game, but it's close enough. I've played enough RPGs to get concepts reasonably snappily. So there are people out there for whom this is going to be their first RPG. You know, there are people that aren't going to know who Sakaguchi is and why people are like, oh, it's made by this chap. They're not going to know. They're not going to care. You know, it's been, what, 40 plus years since FF1? But I think you've still got to assume that your players have got at least some intelligence.
Let me get this straight. This machine locks monsters away?
Yes.
Meaning we won't have to fight them?
Yes?
Exactly. Until we want to, that is. Then we can fight them all at once.
Wait, what? Why would we want to... Oh, because so many of our skills are AoE. So we can store them in the dimension, and then when we want to, we can go in and just murderize them all.
Wow, that sounds convenient.
What happens if we put too many, like, hard enemies in? Surely that would make the battles quite chunky.
Let's see if it works.
How to use the dimension machine? Activated by pressing square. While active, you won't initiate battles even when encountering monsters. Encountered monsters will be banished to an alternate dimension where they will be stocked. However, first time encounters will always initiate a battle. Okay. And... oh, I see, there's a...
What was that just now?
oh, I don't know. Could it have been the dimension?
It means the dimension machine works. If we bump into any monsters we've already fought, it seals them away for us.
Great. Now we won't have to fight so much.
Well, there's a catch. We can only seal away so many monsters at once. Around 30 or so, I think. Once we go past that, the dimension will overflow. Then, we have to fight all the monsters at once.
Really? So it's convenient, but also a little dangerous.
Yes.
We'll have to purge the dimension every now and then so it doesn't fill up. Let's try that by battling those monsters we just sealed away.
How to fight a dimension battle. If you press square a second time, you can choose whether to begin a dimension battle or turn off the machine. So we've got 7 enemies to fight. Dungeon gimmicks. Sorry, dimension gimmicks. At times, gimmicks may appear during dimension battles. Attacking the gimmicks will yield various effects such as increased attack power or extra turns.
Let's do this. There!
Okay. How did I bend it?
Holy light!
Eat this!
Attack boost. Okay.
Yeah!
Just getting started.
He says as the battle ends.
We really have to face all of them at once, huh?
Yeah, so it's a good idea to heal up beforehand.
Okay. So there's an element of strategy. About the dimension meter, as monsters are sent to the dimension, the machine's meter will begin to fill and its colour will change from blue to yellow to red. When the meter's full, you'll be forced into battle against all stop monsters, so keep an eye on the meter. Okay. That's a cool mechanic. I like that. That's an interesting way of dealing with tree stumps.
Owen Stump. He always used to sit right here.
A few years ago,
More exposition.
There you are, Owen. I've been looking for you.
Kena, I have something to tell you.
I haven't changed my clothes in 20 years.
What is it?
Neither have I.
I think we should move into town.
My hemorrhoids are playing up, but I need more No, I don't.
Into town? What if I hurt someone with my magic?
You've grown considerably, Kena. I think you can control it well enough. Besides, I think you could use a different kind of education.
Okay.
A different kind of education?
Like what? No. Again, this is what I'm talking about in terms of insulting people's intelligence. It's almost like this is written for people with no concentration span whatsoever. So characters just repeat things back as questions, and it's really annoying.
Right. You must understand human beings.
Well, education went out with that.
You're a human being, Owen. That's all I need to understand.
Kena, you cannot live with me forever.
Because I am an old man and I will die soon.
You must get to know more people in order to better understand them.
You got a wooden leg.
That name I gave you, Kena. It's an old Vibran word meaning destiny.
Oh, well, of course it is, because we couldn't have characters named after something just generic. Well.
I've told you that before, haven't I?
Kena means destiny.
Yes, that's what he's just said.
Destiny is something one must find on their own. That time has come for you.
Okay.
Hey, can we sit and rest for a little?
Yes, because pace isn't important in a demo.
Sure, why not?
I just,
Scent of the forest.
oh, God.
A single ray of sun beamed through the tree leaves, illuminating a lone tree stump.
People complained about the amount of cutscenes in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I'm wondering if the same people complained about the number of cutscenes in this, because these cutscenes are far, far inferior in terms of quality, in terms of writing, in terms of appropriateness, in terms of pacing.
Kena quietly approached it as Leo stood nearby, watching.
And again, this is just telling, because I'm assuming actually showing us this would cost budgets. It feels very cheap.
Kena remained silent, taking comfort in the quiet and stillness. Then, as if to touch the sunlight shining through the foliage, she reached out her hand.
It's warm.
Kena murmured. She stood below the light, looked up, closed her eyes, and took a deep breath. The smell of the forest and the sun's rays tickled Kena's nostrils and filled her lungs.
Hold on, I'm just looking something up. Oh! I begin to understand. So, I didn't know this. So, apparently, the original mobile version of this game that was on Apple Arcade, it didn't have the voice acting. Oh, in fact, it was Naoki Yoshida who pushed for it to get voice acting for this re-release. Yeah, because what made me look this up was, have we got a cursor? We do, yeah. Was this? You know, it's warm. There was no need to have the narrator add Kena murmured there, because it's warm was conveyed by the voice acting. But if this didn't have voice acting originally, if this was just delivered through text, I can see why. Yeah, I can see why. And that also, if there was no voice acting at all, it does actually make more sense with characters just repeating things, because you'd just be reading through it. You know, stopping and listening and taking in the voice acting automatically means that you are getting the information two different ways. You're getting the information from the words on the screen, and you're getting the information through the voice acting. If it's just one source of the same information versus two sources of the same information, I can see why there's the repetition. But because they have added voice acting, it would have made sense to take out the repetition because it's no longer needed. Because now it's kind of like you've got three sources of the same information. You've got the voice acting, you've got the text on screen, and you've got the characters repeating everything on screen. And potentially with voice acting for that as well. It's doubling everything up, and that's what's contributing to this feeling of this is just kind of insulting. But okay. I kind of understand why it's doing it. That's not actually why I picked up my phone. I picked up my phone to check the price of the game. Because obviously this is... Fantasian is £44.99. So it's not triple A in the sense of, oh, it's 70 quid. But 45 quid for this? I might be thinking, yeah, this is a kind of sale title. But okay, at least that kind of explains. So this would just normally have been, and that's why they've been doing that stuff with the fonts to show emphasis and stuff, because they wouldn't have the narration over the top.
This is my favorite place. It's really special to me.
Kina spoke in a satisfied tone as she smiled at Leo.
Yeah, so you don't need that because you've got the voice acting to relay it. But again, they haven't rewritten the script to account for the voice acting. And I suppose you could turn the voice acting off and not play with it, so...
Owen and I would walk in this forest all the time. Whenever we came here, he would sit there to rest. He told me lots of stories.
Kina looked over at the tree stump. She gazed at it with a loving expression.
I thought they were sat on the tree stump.
It seemed as though Owen were sitting right there.
What? How? Why?
What kind of stories did he tell you?
Leo asked her.
Yes!
About humans and about the world.
Kina replied as she sat on the tree stump. The view from the stump was the view Owen always saw. Inside Kina's memories, her days with Owen began to re-emerge.
Okay. Teacher Demagen putting a hat on here, because obviously this is my literal job. 25, 20, what am I up to? 24 years? Yeah, almost 24 years of teaching now. This is what we call dialogue attribution. And dialogue attribution is something that students and a lot of writers struggle with. If you've ever, in an English lesson or whatever, been trying to tell a story and your teacher said to you, try and use a different word to said. So said, asked, grumbled, mumbled, shouted, bellowed, blah, 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 blah. These are all good pieces of advice in terms of helping you expand your vocabulary, but you don't need to use them all the time. And as you get better at writing, you'll realise that actually, sometimes just using the said is the best choice. And even then, you should only really use it when it is not clear who the speaker is, or you want to convey a particular way of speaking. So, what kind of stories did he tell you? Leo asked it. This is utterly useless. This is meaningless. This is just extra words. We know he's asking a question because we've got the question mark. We know he's asking a question because the way he said it sounded like he asked a question. And it's clear from the narrative up until this point who was doing the asking. There's only two characters in the scene. So this is utterly redundant. Likewise, Kina replied. We don't need to know that it's Kina who's replying because there's only two people in the scene. About humans and about the world, she said, sitting on the tree stump. It's very... It's the kind of writing that you would get from a children's storybook. We're talking... not quite preschool, but certainly early years. You know, we're talking between, say, 3 and 7 years old, probably. I don't teach that age range. I'm very much an 11 to 18 teacher. But this is one of the things that's bugging me, and it's one of the things that's contributing to that idea of this game is insulting my intelligence. You know, this has got nothing to do with the fact that we've got the voiceover. It's literally, we just don't need this, and it's slowing everything down even more than me constantly interrupting to bitch about grammar and stuff. But let's be honest, if you've watched this far into this video / series, chances are you've been around on the channel for a while and you know that this is what I do. You know, I'm an English teacher, a published writer. I talk about this kind of stuff because it's what interests me. And if you've watched my Alan Wake 2 playthrough, or even my Final Fantasy VII Rebirth playthrough, you'll know that I spend a lot of time talking about the stories of video games, and I usually only do it when I've got good and exciting things to say. I mean, I even did it in the Resident Evil 4 remake. Obviously, that was the first time I'd ever played RE4. I'd never played the original past the opening scene, because I couldn't do the controls. I don't tend to focus too much on longer form critique like this. You know, I might play a Metroidvania demo and say, oh yeah, there's some grammar errors here, here's how you fix them. But this isn't an indie dev. This isn't like a 1 or 2 person dev team. Now, I don't know how many people made this, but it was more than that. So realistically, these kinds of low quality writing, either they didn't know, which is a problem with the localization team, or they didn't care, which is a problem with the narrative direction of the game. And I mean narrative direction in terms of the director, the person in charge of the storytelling. This is, I don't want to say amateurish, but I know students, 15 and 16-year-olds, that can write better prose than this. And I know that sounds very harsh. And there's nothing wrong with the story that is being told.
He was the only other human I knew.
It is the storytelling that is bad.
Was my whole world. But Owen taught me that the world is greater.
And it's not all of it. Some bits of it are absolutely fine.
There are more worlds out there besides this one. That there are more people, and that they are all connected.
Yeah, see, that's a nice 3-part sentence. It's not all of the writing is bad, but some of it is not good. Ooh, teachers.
Kina smiled at Leo's words.
See, now, that's absolutely fine in this context because we don't have an animated cutscene to go with it.
Into the forest.
And again, because we don't have animation to go with it, that's fine.
She had asked this question frequently as a child. Owen, the only other human Kina knew, was an elderly man, quite different from a young girl.
Yes.
To her, Owen seemed like a whole different species.
Yeah, I know how that works. As somebody, I don't know whether I've mentioned. Well, no, I've already said that I've been teaching almost 25 years at this point. I started teaching as young as you can in Britain. I started my teacher training at 21. I finished when I was 22. So I was as young as you can be. So when I was just starting out teaching, and I was teaching secondary school and college, so 11 to 16 for secondary school in Britain, 17 to 18 college, I wasn't that far removed, realistically, from the teenagers that I was teaching. And therefore, the way I interacted with the students was different. No, the way students interacted with me was different to how they interact with me now. You know, I'm 44 in, 3 weeks? So I'm definitely a lot older than I was when I started. So yeah, this is what, 23, 24 years of teaching. I include my training year because I did a lot of teaching in that as well. Not a maths teacher, clearly. But yeah, my point was the way students have reacted to me over the years. Because obviously, I don't see the same students for more than 3 or 4 years, and then they've grown up, they've moved on, they've gone to schools, other schools or other colleges or yada yada. Some of the people that I've taught are in their mid to late 30s at this point because of how long I've been doing this job. But yeah, this idea that Kina as a young girl would react differently to somebody who's an elderly man. I mean, I don't think I'm as old as Owen is, although my beard is certainly getting that kind of colour. But I do kind of understand that whole adults as alien thing, because I see it in how kids talk to me and how they react to me and how they're surprised when I talk about things that they think I couldn't possibly know about. The number of students that get incredibly confused and in some cases quite excited by me knowing anything about video games or social media or YouTube. Obviously I don't tell them I do YouTube because I'm not an idiot. I don't need that kind of hassle. That's what met my Twitch streaming hobby. I didn't tell them about that either, but they found me regardless. Yeah, this idea that I'm not just an old fuddy-duddy who, leaves school, gets a cup of Bovril and sits watching old-fashioned TV with a lap rug, petting a dog or some whatever stereotype that they've got of old people. It entertains me.
To keep young Kina's powers under control,
Teenagers haven't changed much, though,
with her
in the 20-plus years that I've been teaching.
Survive. But Owen was worried there was one thing Kina could not grasp. Human beings.
Well, I mean, yes. Who can? Human beings are complicated.
Owen decided to move into town so Kina could learn about humans.
Well, I think she'd probably been better off avoiding them, but that's just me.
The business was useful for teaching Kina about this subject. His clients came from all walks of life. Old, young, rich, poor. Just by listening to their stories, Kina began to grasp the complexity of their feelings, their ambivalent natures, and their various emotions.
I don't mean to be insulting, but it kind of feels a little bit text-to-speechy, this narration.
As a fortune teller, Owen listened to any and all concerns and gave his clients simple advice.
It's very flat, yeah. As a fortune teller, Owen listened to any and all concerns and gave his clients simple advice.
His words were always kind, and his heart was always open.
His words were always kind and his heart was always open. He supported his clients, consoling those who cried and motivating those who were afraid.
Their tension would melt away just by talking to him.
Their tension would melt away. Yeah, that was an okay delivery.
Heavy expressions, and leave looking brighter without veil.
There's just some... The pace is just too flat and dull.
Hey, Owen. Why do people think so much of others? Why do they go through so much trouble for other people?
God knows.
They fall in love, fight over business, and even quarrel with their own families.
It's human nature. People are weird and contradictory and stuff.
They hide things from the people they love. They get jealous of their friends and even betray them. Why can't everyone get along like we do?
Incidentally, this is not how teenagers talk.
Owen responded with a smile to Kina's honest inquiry.
They get jealous of their friends and even betray them. No children speak like this.
Everything in between are all part of human nature.
What are humans?
Kina eventually turned her constant question inwards, towards herself. Her question grew into a bigger question.
What am I?
I'm just not buying this. Don't get me wrong, JRPGs are infamous for their analysis and assessment of human nature, what it is that makes us do what we do, what our motivations are, and so on and so forth. But this is being so heavy-handed with it. And there's no subtlety. You know, I've not played Nier Automata. And yet I know that one of the things that it is lauded for is its analysis of the human condition and human nature and what makes the human endeavour so interesting. I really need to go and play that. Every time I've tried, I just bounce off it. There's multiple reasons. Maybe 2025 will be the year it finally clicks for me, but I doubt it. But this just doesn't have the subtlety of analysis or writing for that kind of question. It's just kind of thrown there, as opposed to, you know, getting you to think about it as a motif whilst playing the game. It's just like, and here is what our game is going to be about, potentially, or at least that one character's story is going to be about that. I feel like I've spent a lot of time this episode talking about that stuff. I fully understand if people think, oh my god, I wish this guy would shut up. And incidentally, it's fine if you don't agree with my analysis of this. There is a certain degree of subjectivity when it comes to what you like in terms of narrative. I'm going to turn this. I'm going to fight this battle. Oh, there's a key.
I want to fight too.
Give me that key. See if I can hit that. Oh, take that crit. Turnstile? What? Oh, was that the special effect?
Time to end this.
Holy light!
Oh, battlefield shift.
Come on, magic!
Okay, I can just clip the two of those. Not going to be able to get. Does that movement and shifting of the battlefield affect our ability to target anyway? I'm assuming probably not. I really like the combat. It's an interesting system. That shifting in camera is far too aggressive. Somebody's left a hut here. Oh, looks a little bit low resolution.
This is where we used to live.
But again, probably because of the mobile nature of the game. If I wasn't sat so close.
The old house.
Oh, dear Lord. Go on, more exposition.
Owen told me this used to be a charcoal shop. Buying it cost him practically nothing.
There's nothing wrong with exposition, by the way. There's this idea that people have that all exposition is bad. No, exposition is set up for story beats that are going to become relevant later. The issue that I've got with the exposition here is that it is all tell. You know, exposition can be done well if it's shown or if there's a mix of it. But the fact that it is these kind of cheap narration over static images.
The old shack, made of stacked bricks and wood.
I don't know whether it was a cost-cutting thing or whether they just couldn't do big animations because mobile or what.
The wooden portions of the walls were slowly disintegrating. In Kina's earliest memories, she had lived in this shack. Owen was the only person she could call family.
Yeah, we've got the hints of this. There's too much repetition.
Around them. Although there were no direct signs of danger, Leo placed his hand on his weapon and turned around.
Again, is this because it's mobile game and they're kind of expecting people to play it in teeny tiny bursts, so therefore they have to keep on repeating things? What that?
A small monster was hiding, peeking out from behind the bushes.
Well, let's kill it.
It was a six-legged beast with fur that blended with the greenery of the forest.
Well, the dimension's still on, so it can go and play in there.
Watching Leo and Kina, it stretched its large, thick tail and twitched its pointy nose.
It's a Tioris.
Kina said, as if greeting an old friend.
This might be a stupid question, but is that a friend of yours?
Leo asked.
See, again, we don't need Leo asked there because there's only two of them.
Still watching the Tioris.
But when I was small, the first friend I made was a Tioris.
Kina, without minding the dirt on the ground, squatted down and smiled at the Tioris. She then gently held out her right hand. The Tioris twitched its nose, trying to sniff her fingertips.
Okay.
Tiorises have a very keen sense of smell.
Is this tying into her fascination with smell?
I used to imitate them all the time.
Uh-huh.
Like this.
Kina inhaled deeply through her nose. With her hand still held out towards the Tioris, she closed her eyes. The Tioris watched her oddly animalistic behavior with curiosity. After breathing in deeply, she slowly exhaled from her mouth.
Now you try.
Who? Me?
What?
Kina nodded.
Why?
Yes. I want you to feel the forest.
Nah, I'm good.
Leo said.
Come on.
Kina said firmly.
Just try it.
She sounded like a mother scolding her child.
Again, it makes more sense when you know that
Fine.
there was no voice acting.
He took a deep breath.
Not through your mouth.
She corrected.
Through your nose. And close your eyes. Try to do it like I do.
Kina demonstrated.
This is very JRPG in terms of these people have known each other like an hour.
Instructions.
Without much... How does he not have much choice? He could just ignore her and say, no, let's not...
Your eyes are open, aren't they?
How did you know?
I know because I do.
That's not a very helpful answer.
Yes, well done, Leo, for pointing out the...
Leo closed his eyes and breathed again. This time just as Kina instructed.
Leo, can you feel it?
She asked. Without his sense of sight, Leo's other senses began to sharpen.
So it shows us an image.
As he continued the steady breathing, his mind grew calm. The smells of the earth, the trees, the leaves, and the flowers filled his nostrils. Leo could pick up all sorts of scents he'd never encountered before. Each smell was unique and reminded him of all the living things that dwelt there. The songs of the birds, the creak of the branches, and the rustling of leaves in the wind filled his ears. The footsteps of the birds and bugs walking across the branches imbued the forest with rhythm. The sunlight streaming through the leaves warmed his skin. He could feel the invisible breathing of the forest. As he let the moment soak in, Leo could feel his consciousness become one with the land.
And then they were attacked by monsters. You died.
Leo opened his eyes.
You felt it too, right?
Kina asked with a smile, her eyes still closed.
Yeah. How did you know?
Sensing the hesitation in his words, Kina finally opened her eyes.
I can tell.
She said,
Because right now, we're a part of the forest. I played this game when I was little.
Game?
Yeah. I would try to identify each smell. Each different smell is like a voice. I can smell whether someone's feeling good today or not, or whether they're sleepy or hungry. I can tell how
kinda
everything
creepy,
in this
frankly.
forest is feeling.
Leo would normally never believe such a thing. However, he felt it could be true for Kina.
Because she's weird.
As I kept smelling the forest every day, I began to understand it. I made lots of great friends this way.
By sniffing people.
Kina looked back at the Tioris still in front of her. The Tioris had completely lowered its guard. It approached Kina slowly but comfortably. Kina finally made contact with the animal and caressed it gently along its back and tail.
This is a place filled with wonderful, familiar scents. It comforts me.
I see. So this is your home.
Kina inclined her head, then began walking around. Watching her from behind, it looked as though she was melting into the forest.
Inclined
She
her
turned
head.
and
You mean she
smiled at
nodded?
Leo, who had remained where he was.
Or is she doing that kind of head tilty thing that they tend to do in Japanese cutscenes?
The sight of her, bathed in the sunlight shining between the leaves, took Leo's breath away. Kina was one with the forest. Leo found himself taking another deep breath. He too wanted to feel the life of the forest.
Narratively speaking, I understand the point and purpose of that cutscene. It's character building for Kina. But the pacing is so slow. Somebody's left 1,000 gil in this chest. Ah! Right, Ooh! A toxic staff, that looks like a guitar. Ooh, poison chance plus 20 attack. That's a big damage boost. I'm kind of confused by direction. Right, let's see if we can get our asses kicked. Any peoples?
I'll end this.
That's an attack boost, okay.
Come on, magic!
Oh, he can heal himself, okay.
You're toast.
I'm gonna help you. Turnstile.
You're toast.
Oh, attack boost wore off. Oh no! Oh yeah, because there's many of them, isn't there? It's quite difficult to bend it. It's like I want to just kind of oh, that's not how that works.
Time to end this.
I'd like to be able to get more control over bending it, but uh-oh, poisoned? That is facts. I know how poison works in the game. Ooh, low MP. Okay. In that case, I'm assuming ether is MP.
Not over yet.
Ow!
Ouch. Oh dear. Get that attack boost. Let's get rid of you.
Missed me.
Look at that. Yeah, there's a chunk of strategy to those. I appreciate that. Hard shell? What does a hard shell do? Oh, crafting material. Okay, there's a crafting system. No, I'm not going to use a heal stone. I don't know how rare the heal stones are.
There it is. The tree that makes magical money.
Okay.
That tree makes money?
Yes, that's what she's just
Sure
said.
does.
All right then, let's borrow some.
Oh! It's an ent. Treant? Thing? It's a boss fight anyway. This music's more upbeat and interesting.
Something smells.
Right, let's...
Let's see.
Money tree! Okay, it takes more damage from fire, less damage from earth. And its fruit are also attackable. And you can get ether from it. Right, no point using that. Money tree is ready to fight.
Ha! Got it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, let's keep it up. That fruit will keep growing back.
Oh,
I could farm it for some extra money.
okay. Right, let's decrease its health a bit first of all.
Whoa! Shit. There.
Ouch.
Yikes. Those golden fruits hurt way more than
Okay,
they
so
look.
we do kind
I
of
should
want
knock
to
that
take them
down
out.
before it throws
You
it
could have mentioned that earlier.
Well, it's got no more, so... It's still got loads of HP. Hey, Leo.
Let's do this.
Thanks.
Aha! Yoink.
Whoa!
That wasn't much less, it has to be said.
Calm down.
Yeah, I definitely can't get both of those in.
There.
Yeah, so that forces it to use its lower tier. I'm hoping that we'll get poison inflicted on it. Sap build-up.
There.
Heal buff? Oh. Ah, my lost consciousness.
We've worn it down.
Now's our chance.
Right. Oh.
Gotcha.
Yoink.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I really like the combat. I think the combat is nicely done.
We sure did. Now let's grab that gold.
We have just murdered this poor tree. Ah, learn cure and something else.
There. This should be enough to get Owen to tell your fortune.
Obtain magical coins.
Huh, you were right. I guess money...
Ugh.
This kind does. But I think we may have overdone it.
Yes, we've murdered this poor tree.
Ready to head back to Owen?
End of demo? No. Right, what did we learn? Fire slash.
Is the tree okay?
It'll bounce back in a bit. It gets a little too wild sometimes, so a little pruning does it good.
Okay.
Came along at the right time. ...
Indeed. Whoop.
Leo, what's wrong?
Bacteria.
What? Oh yes, we saw them on the world map.
The bacteria. It's even infested my forest.
Indeed.
I think I used to search in places like this. But for what?
Did you have a death wish or something?
Yes. Oh.
Are you alright?
You just learnt cure, so there we go.
Yeah, thanks.
Dot.
That's the same light as back then.
Yes. What? Of course it is.
This bacteria was spread by the malevolent god.
Vam the Malevolant.
The malevolent god? You mean the one Owen called Vam?
Yes. But why would Owen deal with someone like that?
Why has this not occurred to you before?
Either way, this place is dangerous. Let's head back to town.
Okay. If I remember right, there's a way out of the forest not too far from here.
Jeez. Are they just assuming that people aren't going to know what the word malevolent means? Monsters have been sent to the dimension. Is that why we get monster attacks in town as well? I wonder.
Let's have Owen tell your fortune. I'm sure you remember something.
I don't think so.
As long as you're sure this magical money's good enough for him.
Sorry. It's not up to him, really.
Don't worry about it. Let's head over to Owen's place.
What? But you said it was. And now it's not a... It was up here, wasn't it? I'm assuming that we are getting reasonably close to demo end. I would guess that it's going to end just before we get our fortune told. Don't know. Haven't looked it up. It was here, wasn't it? Yeah. Demo end. No. Or maybe we'll find out the next step and then the demo will end.
Magical money, is it?
Yes.
Very well. Now, first things first.
How
I need
much?
to
What was the
borrow
cost?
an item. Something precious to you.
Something precious to me?
Something precious to you. Yes, that's what he said. Are you hard of hearing, Owen? Ah.
This is about all I have.
This mask, it's...
It's a mask.
Never mind. Let us
Never mind
begin.
what. How mysterious.
I will now project your connection with this object. This will allow me to unravel the secrets of your past.
But it's not going to work. Or it's going to reveal some horrible MacGuffin truth.
Wow.
Different. Oh, that's the place where we were in the intro.
This is
Bacteria.
a place from before.
Yoink.
That's right. I remember.
Ooh, some memories.
Mom, my parents, they're
dead, because they're always dead in JRPGs.
Desena, get back! Desena!
Ooh, that symbol again. It's Asians.
Mom. Something happened during Dad's experiment.
What are you doing?
Dad?
Let go of that thing!
No!
Hand it over now!
Parenting 101.
the mark on the mask. I saw that same mark back then.
That mark, in fact. Ding! Uh-oh. Kia? Ooh, a special effect?
Are you alright?
Yeah.
That's weird.
What's going on?
We've fucked up the world.
Who's there?
It's Vam.
Can this be?
Vam? The malevolent god?
Nice music. Oh, whoa. Ooh, a boss fight. Scripted boss fight for us to lose, obviously. Well,
You have my thanks. You have guided me to the Marauder.
Marauder? Hang on, is that supposed to be me? Looks pretty tough.
Uh-huh. Let's analyse Vam.
Let's get the data.
54,000 HP. Level 29. That's not super high. Sure. And death. Floating sword, floating sword. Can I... I was hoping I could... Oh, wow.
I'll take that.
Yoink. Right.
No spark.
Okay, so do... No, they just don't take much damage.
Pointless.
And death. Oh. Not as... Ah, that's more what I was expecting.
What's with this guy?
He's a malevolent god. Malevolent. Prone to evil and dark actions. Just get a dictionary.
That hurts.
Leo is being targeted.
Calm down.
You have something of mine. I shall have it back. Pointless.
Close.
Vam took the mysterious mask.
You're finished.
End of demo. Huh? Clonk. Oh, it? Or has she got some special power? Special activated. Not Vam. Some goddess of benevolence. Sibling god rivalry.
Are you doing this?
I don't know, but I think it's protecting me.
Oh, is it like a summon or something?
Marauder of the divine artifacts. A strange power indeed. I shall remember you all and bring annihilation upon you.
Oh, dear Lord.
He disappeared.
No shit! He disappeared.
Vam the Malevolant. What's going on?
He's being malevolent. That line, but Marauder though, you shall be annihilated. That was... I've had my issues, clearly, with the writing, but I think that's the first moment that I could truly say that was actually a really awful line delivery as well. There was just nothing. Nothing at all to it.
Owen.
You're okay, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Owen?
Did you see everything that just happened?
She's clearly concerned about Owen. Mind you, it looks like his chest's moving.
Yes, but I don't understand.
There he is. Has he taken his power?
Kina.
Owen, you're all right.
You saw that too, right, Owen?
Yes, indeed, it was Lord Vam. But different, overflowing with malice.
I know it sounds like I'm getting really exasperated over something, but this... Whatever.
What did he call me? Marauder?
It seems I've lost my
Gasp.
power.
That is a surprise.
Lord Vam, he spoke to me. He said, the time is nigh. I have all the concentrated emotions I need.
Ah, that was the payment that he was receiving. Okay.
What's that all about?
It's beyond me as well.
What? Why is it beyond you? We knew... Kina's already explained that it was to do with the emotions that was attached to the payments.
But one thing is certain. The power Vam bestowed upon me is gone. It seems I have served my purpose.
Okay.
Kina, you should go with Leo.
To where?
Huh?
There is strong magic within you.
Well, clearly. Big, floaty, sexy woman.
From the moment I found you as a baby.
She's a summoner. She can summon icons or something. She's in touch with that. She's basically Terra from FF6.
Now, your journey finally begins.
Wait, what's gotten into you all of a sudden?
Leo, traveler between worlds, a special destiny awaits you, too.
I've just noticed he's got a really funky stocking on his right leg.
I felt it in my last moments with my powers. Perhaps the two of you are destined for each other.
Ah. Well, we did go to the lighthouse.
Us?
You're talking nonsense. I don't even have any memories. What do you expect me to do?
Take care of Kina.
That is not an answer.
Take care of me? Owen, what are you saying?
Owen dies.
Leave now, Kina. This is no longer your home.
But... if you say so.
Kina?
She runs away crying. Yes, because that's what they always do in
Who
JRPGs.
talks to people like that?
I could say that about the script of this entire game so far. What's with the comedy noises?
White as a sheet. What's really going on?
He's gonna die.
Please, take care of Kina. In that final moment, such is the future I saw for her.
Where does it hurt? Let me find you a doctor.
I don't have
Nice
much
non
time
sequitur.
left.
But what about Kina?
He's just asking you to look after her. My God, this script is infuriating.
Okay. You can leave Kina to me.
Okay. Where's she gone? She ran after here? No, she has not. Oh, she's here.
Kina.
I've never seen Owen like that before.
I just can't. I keep thinking of quinoa.
He had one last prediction.
What?
Owen's final prediction was that we travel together. It's gotta be true, right? Come with me.
Owen said that?
Yes, technically. Kind of.
That's so strange. I'd better go talk to him.
No, he's dead.
You can't.
Why not?
He did.
You just can't. Owen asked me to take care of you. I made a promise to him. Let me keep that promise.
But Leo, I don't know what I should do.
You don't have a lot of choice.
That makes two of us. So, let's find out together. My memories, your purpose. Maybe we can help each other out.
See, that's decent writing.
Leo.
They can do it. Like 5% of the time.
Okay. I'll come with you.
Now that that's settled, where should we go? Sid the bartender might have an idea.
Sid the bartender was in here. In the bar. This is not the bar. Bar is down here. Oh, the way the camera doesn't update the controls, or no, the way the controls don't update with the camera. Meow. Was this the bar? Is it this? No. Yoink. Right, there's a chest round here. Is this one that I needed an iron thing to open? That is. Yes. It's unlocked. Ooh, sword. Don't mind if I do. Nice. Worth. Right. Was this the bar or was this a shop? Oh, that's the item shop. Can we buy anything decent? Aha! Here he is.
Hey, it's the girl from the fortune teller's shop. So you found her, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Kina. I don't think we've met, have we?
Nah, but I've seen you around town.
What?
You've really blossomed, haven't you?
Excuse me?
Ah, sorry. Don't mean to creep you out. It's a compliment, really.
That's very JRPG.
So, what's the word, Leo? Do you remember anything yet?
Kinda.
I can't say for sure, but I feel like there's somewhere I need to go. Somewhere beyond that place full of machines.
Hey, here's an idea. Why don't you go to the main toy box?
The what now?
You told me it was in the royal capital.
Another toy box, huh? Not a bad idea. Maybe my father left something behind that'll jog my memory.
Okay, MacGuffin number 1.
Great timing, too. There's a ship bound for the capital on its way to N. I thought I'd take a ride, but I've got my hands full with the bar. These are all yours now.
That's handy. Why did you have 2?
Whoa, cruise ship tickets?
Ah.
You sure about this?
Hey now, Missy. Is there a problem?
She's never been on the sea before.
They're fakes.
What?
What? How did you know?
They smell fishy.
Hey, Sid, are you trying to get us in trouble?
Don't you worry about that. My fakes have never failed to fool.
Okay.
They literally just did.
No need to sweat the details. Head down to the harbor, act confident, and walk right aboard that ship.
Sure.
So where's this harbor?
We know where the harbour is. We've spoken to the guy that wouldn't let us through. It's down and to the right.
Oh, the Yuzura! It's here!
Whoa! Look at the size of it!
That's what she's... No, It's blossomed. Ugh. Don't mean to creep you out, he says, having been really creepy. Ah, there was a guy standing in the way originally, wasn't there? Why are they clapping at the ship?
Bandits!
Oh no!
Fight! 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 Yeah, get him!
Let's maraud, Leo.
Say goodbye, Tim. Give it up. Get lost, gnats. For you.
Nice outfits.
Take him out!
And he's just going to murderize you all. Oh, no. Never mind. Oh, we get to play as Mysterious Guy. Oh, no. Hey, we're here too.
You think I'm gonna sit back and watch you take on 3 guys by yourself?
Fine.
It's not that kind of film.
Let's
Wait.
do this.
Ow. Ow. Ow.
Still with me?
Woo. And holy. Oof, they are weak to that. You can summon magical crit doggo. Right, we got... Can't mess with that. Weak to fire as well. Is this guy going to be a party member for us?
You're done.
You're done. What's with his mysterious lantern? That's at least an interesting character detail. Oh, this is going on a little bit longer. I figured we must be getting close to the end of the demo, but maybe I'm wrong.
Oh,
Yo? Yes. Smell him.
how cute. He smells like a good boy.
Don't. He doesn't like strangers.
Are you sure about that?
What are you? Never seen Golf take to anyone like that.
I've got a really deep voice.
I see. She smells just like her. Like the forest.
What?
He disappeared.
Why would you say that?
Yeah, he's a spirit beast.
Spirit beast?
God's sake.
That's what I said.
Yes!
Thanks for the help.
That's what I've been saying. This is a game for people with literal goldfish memory. Why are they clapping at the ship?
Whoa, that's a huge ship.
How do you know what a ship is? If
It sure is.
is it an airship? The most prized luxury liner in the
It's beautiful,
Okay, don't give me time to read it then.
isn't it?
Oh, sure.
Huh?
Look, over there.
Hey, wait for me.
What? Is it an airship? Yoink. 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 Anything back here? Nope.
My girlfriend. She must be waiting for me.
Nah, mate, she's left you. Soldiery boys? Where's Quinoa gone? Oh god, the way the camera messes up the controls is... Potion S. Why are they still clapping? Oh.
What if he notices our tickets are fakes?
That's not walking on with confidence, is it, Quinoa?
I'll just find another way.
Ooh, I'm no good under pressure.
Well then just blow him up with Holy.
Good day. May I see your tickets?
But wait, these are fakes.
Kina, just be cool. They don't stand a chance if you look suspicious.
He's right there, dude.
Excuse me, miss?
Yes?
Is that all of your luggage? Your ticket allows you up to 10 items.
Luggage?
Oh yeah, that's all. Traveling light, you know. 9 less bags to worry about. ...
Indeed.
Excellent point, sir. Well then, have a great trip. Bon voyage!
French exists in this world. Sure. Honk. Ooh, the sand texture doesn't like that at all.
Wow!
The airship isn't a diorama, is it? The airship's actually a... Oh, it's a sand ship? I guess. Yes. Au revoir. Is that a model, or is it just a 3D game generated model?
Look!
Something really weird about her face. Why are you stretching for the seagull?
Come on, I want to go up front. Hey, look at that.
Weird sandfish. Whoa.
Wow.
The windfish awakens. That's a cool shot. You are? Sand. It's coarse and gets everywhere. Or whatever the quote is. End of demo. Yeah. Thank you for playing the Fantasian demo. The demo is over, but Leo's adventure is only getting started. You can load your save data in the full version to pick up where you left off. The rest of your journey awaits you. Purchase the full version in the Steam store. Not at full price. I really like the battle system. I think the battle system is great. From what I've seen of it so far. Could get awful later on, but I like it. I like the character progression. I don't really understand why they've gone for this kind of miniatures diorama style thing, but they have, and there's nothing wrong with it, and it works. My problem is with the script writing and the storytelling and the characterization. In other words, all of the things that are actually really kind of important to nail and land in a role-playing game. There's no point playing an RPG, for me, realistically, no matter how much I like the combat system. I just can't see the point of playing through something where the script is so bad. But I like the combat. And I'd be quite interested in seeing how the combat evolves, because I think the combat's got a cool system. But dear lord, the script is just dragging it into a mire of mediocrity at absolute best. There've been barely any moments that I can think of where I've said, oh yeah, that was a snappy piece of writing. Everything has just been rough. You know, big exposition dumps with far too much telling and not showing. It's I've made my point. I'm not going to repeat. I want to play more of this purely for the systems, and in much the same way of a couple of other games that I've played actually this year, kind of out of spite. I just, despite myself, I want to play more because I want to see how bad it can be and whether it gets better. But as I think I've said, with an RPG, you need your first 2 or 3 hours to be some of your best stuff. You know, I don't mind a simple beginning that expands into something after a point. You know, that's classic hero's journey stuff. And this is clearly what this is going on. You know, we're just now setting off to bigger things. But the stupidity of these characters is utterly frustrating, and it could just be a me thing. You know, if you have played through Fantasian Neo Dimension and you think it's one of the best RPG stories that you've ever experienced, hopefully you can see my points. Because I don't think I'm being... You know, I've got nothing against this game. I'm not trying to be vindictive. I'm just saying that as a setup for an RPG, this was really poor in many ways. But the gameplay is great. So yeah, I think this is very much a kind of a sale. Ooh. Hadn't realised I got it in full screen mode. What kind of price are we looking at on Green Man Gaming, if it's even on? Fantasian, $35.99 with 20% off. I think I'd maybe buy it if it was like 25, 30 quid. But I don't think that's enough of a discount yet. Yeah. I think that's my general stance on it. I think it would need to be 25 to 30% off. Get it under 30 quid, and I think I'd consider it. But right now, that has sadly not grabbed me enough to say, yeah, I want to buy that at 20% off. And certainly there's no chance in hell I'm buying it at 45 quid. A shame. In terms of the gameplay, I think that was cracking, but there's no way I'm sitting through that kind of script writing. As I said in the last episode, if the writing gets better, do please let me know down in the comments below. Obviously, I've recorded this before I've even put the second episode out. I was going to wait, but I kind of want to free up some hard drive space, so I've just played it anyway. Yeah, that opening was, I'm going to say, a 5 out of 10 story wrapped around a 7.5, probably 7 out of 10 game. Just from the bit that I've seen, it could become superb in the next section. But this was too many problems. And I can't see it changing. But I am going to play it. Maybe not for YouTube, but I am going to play more of it once I can get it, I think, at a price that is right. But that's just not, frankly. So yeah, that was my look at the demo of Fantasian Neo Dimension. I mean, I suppose technically I could play it on the Apple Arcade if I really wanted to, but that would have even more reading because no voice acting. So yeah, probably not. Let me know, what did you think of Fantasian Neo Dimension? The demo? Did it make you go and buy the full game? Did you buy the full game before there was even a demo? Did you play it on the mobile? Was it an okay experience on mobile? Let me know in the comments down below. By the time this video comes out, it will be 2025. I hope you have had a really good new year, and look forward to more stuff in 2025 from me. Thanks for watching. Stay safe. Stay fabulous. Cheerio. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, why not click the like button and consider subscribing. Remember, you can ring the bell notification icon to get notified when new videos go live. And until next time, cheerio.